up, guys? Valence Ring here, and bringing you another video on another update that recently came out. I believe it was yesterday, giving you all the information that I can find about it and doing the research so that hopefully you don't have to, and I'll save you some time. So this video is all about the most recent update, and I will be covering the NanoWeapon Inheritance, which I know is a big topic for a lot of you, the 9-star chips, which is only going to be important for some of us, and then all the other details of this update, including skeletal animations on heroes and, completing daily quests for runes and ultimate challenge. At any rate, let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to cover some of the basic stuff first, and of course, I do still cover the cosmetic effects, even though it doesn't necessarily affect gameplay. Now, some people were complaining that they couldn't see the difference or what was going on, but if you look at Requiem right now, you can see that she's kind of breathing, but as she goes in and out, her arms go up and the sword moves as well. Her head also is moving with her hair. So this is some of the animations that they have added that are considered skeletal. So if you look right here, her arm is now independent from her body, and that is considered a skeletal animation. So some of the heroes, as you can see, Myers has not changed. Basically, they just took his picture and make it larger and smaller to make it look like he's breathing or moving. And that is just a kind of a normal animation. It doesn't take much to do that. Skeletal animations are much more complicated. Now, while these don't affect gameplay at all, it is a cool effect, and while most games are all pretty standard and have similar gameplay style elements, a lot of the difference between our liking a game or not is relevant to our visual experience of that game. So while this may not seem like a big deal to most, the fact is that especially newer players coming in who, are fresh to the game, when they see these kinds of things, it makes the game pop and it gives it some more oomph, and of course it makes it look classier. The good news about it, and this is something I wanted to talk about briefly, is, I know a lot of people are like, well, maybe they should put money and time into upgrading other things or adding things that, we want as players. But you have to remember that when they are adding to the aesthetics, it means that they are doing well as a company, and this usually means that the company is going to be around for a while, and it's a good indication of the health of the game. So when they are adding these little things, this is their way of improving the overall aesthetics for all players, whether you think it's important or not, but it indicates a healthy game, and that's my opinion. So I did want to mention that. A frame looks pretty cool. Fox, of course. She's, a great hero, and I like kind of how they added the animation to the gun. Ulrich, who's just a monster, they added the chains, and Phoenix, one of my favorite heroes, is still just breathing. But Mars got some addition, and then, of course, there are some other heroes that got some pretty cool additions. Scarlet's got a good head bob, and you can go down and just look. It's, again, these are minor things, but the aesthetics adds value to the game for most players, I should say. Siu Yun has a wink and a really big nod, and that's pretty cool. Hartwell waves at you, and she's got a lot of sway. And then, who was it? Fires his gun. Rain. Boom. That's kind of cool. Anyways, check them out. Again, it's just aesthetics. It's there to improve the feel of the game, even though it doesn't necessarily improve the gameplay. So let's talk about one of the smaller, in my opinion, updates, and that is 3-star chip selection. This might be confusing for some people, and I'm actually not going to be able to show you this exactly, but if you go into enhance a chip, you can see down here they have a checkbox now for select 3-star chips to enhance. So if you had extra, this is all enhanced material, so this isn't talking about 3-star chip enhanced material, it's talking about actual 3-star chips. So if you had extra 3-star chips on hand, maybe you made a purchase or acquired it in some other way, normally the game would not allow you to select a 3-star chip to enhance. You would have to manually actually push the button. So if you hit auto select and this isn't checked down here, it would never select a 3-star chip or higher to add as enhancement material because it would want to protect that. But now they have released 9-star chips, which I'm nowhere near getting. But so because the chip has gone up to such a high level, 9 stars, it's the only piece of equipment that can get to 9 stars currently, or would be 4 red stars. I do believe it would be considered 9-star. But at any rate, almost double a 5-star piece of gear. Basically, they have added this functionality so that people that are still acquiring 3-star chips can now use it as enhanced material as opposed to having to manually select it. So if you do have 3-star chips on hand that you do not want to add for enhancement, make sure this box is not checked. However, if all of your chips, if you have every chip unlocked and they're all 3-star or above, then you can safely go in here and anytime you're enhancing, just go ahead and select that box. It's not going to make much of a difference for most players. So that brings us, of course, to the 9-star chips. Like I said, that is probably an end game type of thing. I would say 90% of the players that are playing this game right now do not have maxed 8-star chips. Now, there are plenty of players that probably do have 8-star chips, but getting to 9-star is probably not going to be cheap. And unfortunately, I can't tell you how much it is because my highest piece of chip is 7-star or 2 red star. So I would have to get up one of these to the max, which is not cheap. To promote this is not cheap, and I'm not going to be doing that anytime soon. But then, of course, you can get it up to 4 red star, or also known as 9-star. So I would imagine that those boosts are pretty big, and look for some of the bigger players and some of the spenders to go ahead and start upping their chips to 9-star. And that's going to be, I'm sure, some pretty heavy boosts. So if you were really good in Ruins Challenge, then definitely start saving up some of that for that chip material. It is one of the first pieces of gear that is easy to level up, so maybe there are more players than I'm even guessing that are ready to go ahead and take chips up to 9-star. So let's move on from that. Like I said, that is not going to affect everybody. If you have any questions or comments about it, if you know the cost, please put it in the comment section below so everyone can benefit from your knowledge and your questions. So one of the last things before I get into the important stuff is the Ruins and Ultimate Challenge completion. So if you are really far up, and let's say you're in Ultimate Challenge and you're like me and you're at 250 and you beat it. Well, as you may or may not know, Ultimate Challenge is a daily quest. So once I beat this, which no one in my state has beat it yet, but once 250 is complete, you can't go back and do another level. I can't go back to any of these levels and do them. So what am I supposed to do? What they have done is in this update, they have allowed for, and I do know people that have completed Ultimate Challenge 250. Once you complete Ultimate Challenge 250, you will still be able to complete your daily quests. You might not get a reward, and since I am not there, I do not know how they went about doing this. Again, if you do know the answer to that, put it in the comment section below, please, so we can all learn. But basically, when you do complete Ultimate Challenge or the Ruins Challenge, which if you've completed the Ruins Challenge, you're probably not watching my videos. You're farther up than I am. But once all of these are at their max, then of course Ruins Challenge is also a daily quest. So once you complete all these and you complete all Ultimate Challenge phases, then there must be a way for you to get the daily quest completion points necessary so that you can get these as cleared or at least claimed or at least cleared. That is only going to affect a handful of people, especially Ruins. I don't know many people that have completed Ruins entirely, but I'm sure there are some that are close. Shout out to Andrew and Isabel, who may or may not have completed most of those events. At any rate, let's get on to the big topic of conversation, and this is all about the nano weapons and the inherent weapon. So what this means, this is pretty cool. I actually like this, and this will change some of the information I've put out in other videos, like many of their updates do. But what it says is that basically commanders can fully transfer a weapon's enhance and star level to a new weapon. The enhance and star level of the old weapon will be reset after the inheritance is done. Enhanced or promoted weapons can't inherit, and to inherit requires both weapons to be idle. The last one is pretty self-explanatory. If a nano weapon is equipped to a hero, you cannot do anything to it except for enhance it and promote it. You cannot dismantle it, and in this case, you cannot use it to inherit to another weapon. And even if it is at the base level, which is required, it cannot have any enhancement or promotions already. It has to be the base nano weapon to inherit. Even if you have a base weapon equipped and haven't enhanced or promoted it yet, you still must unequip it to inherit a different weapon's promotion and star level. So realistically, the main important thing that you want to understand here is that both weapons have to be unequipped, and the new weapon must have no enhancement or promotion on it currently. So just as an example, these are the only weapons that I have that are not actually on a hero. You see, I have a rare ocular drone, and so forth and so on. So I could select anything that does not have an enhance or star level increase yet. So I could select this ocular drone. Now this isn't going to change the rarity, but it can change the star level. So this is a 4-star rare ocular drone. Now all of mine are currently equipped. So if I wanted to do this, I would have to come in here, come into my heroes, and let us say I have this epic Apex Phoenix. I'm not messing with that. Let's try. I am not messing with that. Okay, so I have an ocular drone in here. Worst case scenario, nothing's going to change. So I'll actually show you that. This is a 5-star rare ocular drone plus 7. So let's unequip it. And then we're going to go back into the Gear Factory, Nano Weapons, Inherit Weapon, Old Weapon. As you can see, it's enhanced and promoted. We will select that, and new weapon is this rare ocular drone. So the good news is that when I do this, it's not going to dismantle the old weapon, and that could be pretty important. So let's say it wasn't an ocular drone, but it was something else that I wanted to get up really quick. Then I could do this, but go ahead and hit inherit, and as you can see, they're basically just going to swap places, and it's going to be exactly the same thing that I just had, but on a different weapon. So while that wasn't as exciting as it may have seemed because it was the exact same weapon, the point is I transferred all of the stats of one to the other, the same star promotion and enhance level. The reason this is important is because if you go into your weapons depot and you look at all the weapons that you have, as you can see, let's say this uncommon Mace of Terror, well, I don't need it. I have the rare. It's not, let's say I had already upgraded this. Well, then I could dismantle it and it would give me all of these stuff back, including scraps, enhanced material, promotion material, etc. The problem is that this destroys the weapon. So now I can no longer use that weapon. It is going bye-byes. So now it's no longer in my weapons depot. Now that could be a bad thing if I just want to transfer all of the promotion stuff. Let's say I got an Apex, this Apex Phoenix helm, I just got it, and I want to transfer it from some, this Apex radar or this, terrestrial radar. So this 5-star plus 10 epic terrestrial radar, let's say I want to transfer all that to the Apex weapon, but I still want that epic radar. Well, if I dismantle it, I get all the promotion material, but then that radar is gone. So what the inheritance does is it allows for me to transfer all of the star and promotion material without dismantling the weapon. So it is a big deal, and you might not have a use case for it yet, But when you do, you will definitely prefer to use the inherit versus the dismantle. So from now on, if you are using a weapon and you don't need it anymore, like that Mace of Terror, then you can dismantle it. However, if you still want the weapon, but you want to transfer all of its promotion to a new weapon that you just got, then use inherit, and that will be the better option. So that's everything with the new update. I definitely hope that helps. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment section below. Give the video a big thumbs up if it helped you out. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.